What's good, villagers? This is Blackleaf here, and welcome back to another episode of Death Battle Season 9. Tonight, well, I guess today, whatever time you decide to watch this video, we're gonna actually be doing Heihachi versus Geese. I'm pretty sure it's Geese, not Jace or anything like that. But if you do enjoy this video, definitely leave me a like, a comment, and subscribe as well. And as always, I hope that you guys left your prediction of who you think is gonna win tonight. Well, today's battle. I keep saying tonight. Who's gonna win today's battle? I know a lot about Heihachi because I actually used to play Tekken for a bit when I was younger, and up to like my teen years. But I never really played King of Fighters. I'm pretty sure that's where Geese is from. I don't really know much about King of Fighters either, other than Terry Bogard and Mai. So that's honestly as far as that's honestly as far as like my knowledge goes when it comes to the King of Fighters, even though I know that's like kind of the original. But I don't want to stick too long to about it. But super quick, I do want to apologize for the lack of uploads. A lot of stuff happening around the house. It was bothering me mentally, crazily, along with work. So all of that kind of just like demotivated me for a good 2 weeks in a way almost. I'm still working on the Ruby review. I want that to be like a big first review because it'll be the first time I do a review on the channel. I think I have a new series that I do want to record, even though it's not going to be that long of a series. But I just got to make sure I could do it in a way where YouTube isn't going to just like stop throwing hands on me. So yeah, once that's handled, that should be started uploaded hopefully within like the next week. And the review should be hopefully either by the end of the month or the start of the new month. So keep a lookout for that one. It's actually going to be a pretty nice, good review because I actually got, like I said, the audio's already recorded. It was just a matter of working on DaVinci. I was so mad because I was actually working on it a few days ago before the bad news was like hitting me like crazy again. And of course, DaVinci was off like crash hard. It crashed hard. I'm just like, you know what? I don't even want to bother. So we good now. Time for some DF battle. In 3, 2, 1. Also, hope you guys like the little blue aesthetic I added to the room.
Heihachi Mishima, billionaire megalomaniac behind the king of the Iron Fist.
And Geese Howard, karate kingpin behind the King of Fighters.
These two ruthless businessmen are as talented at martial arts
as they are terrible at being dads. But whose
Yeah,
fury
right.
will prove the most fatal?
He actually was a fucking dick.
And
I
it's
loved
our
him,
job to
but he
analyze
was a
their weapons,
dick.
armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Damn, that's a pixelated battle. I feel like that would have been a really good
Mishima
model battle.
Zaibatsu is a multinational conglomerate so powerful it can field armies massive enough to conduct world wars. Its leader is the enigmatic martial arts master Heihachi Mishima. His goal? World domination.
This dude treats male pattern baldness like an extreme sport. He taught his super intelligent bear best friend karate, and if he doesn't like you, he'll strap you to a rocket ship and launch you into space. He's like a kung fu Wolverine Elon Musk.
Well, he sure is something, all right.
The words you're looking for here are ruthless and bastard, Wiz.
Yeah.
Heihachi didn't like how his dad, Jinpachi, who looks like the Charizard to his Charmeleon, was in the family business, so he locked him in a basement to die and get possessed by a demon.
Heihachi built the Mishima Zaibatsu into the
I don't remember
largest
that.
military developer in the world. And believe it or not, he's also a family man with a wife and child.
Sucks he had to kill his new baby mama with his bare hands after she got possessed by a demon too. A different demon.
This was the Devil Gene, and it would prove to be Heihachi's greatest adversary for the rest of his life. Fearing his son Kazuya had inherited this gene and its terrifying demonic power, he did what any loving, supportive father would do.
Toss his bitch ass off a cliff. If he climbed back up, it meant he was a devil. If he didn't, that meant he was A-okay. Except for being dead.
Which is basically
Either.
what medieval peasants did to witches. The Mishima are old-fashioned. Now truly alone, without love or family holding him back, Heihachi could focus on one thing: power.
And not just the kind that lets you finance a satellite in order to kick family members you don't like out of it, but the punchy, kicky kind too.
Heihachi is a practitioner of Mishima-style fighting karate, based on real-life Goju Ryu, also known as hard, soft style.
Hard what?
Oh, that's too easy, even for me. Goju Ryu combines hard striking kicks and punches with open hand circular techniques for grapples, takedowns, and throws.
Heihachi's fighting style is aggression personified, with such techniques as the dragon uppercut, flash punch combo, and demon scissors.
If he really wanted to, he could impale you on one of his hair horns. Maybe.
Heihachi has even mastered the use of ki, or spirit energy, to manifest lightning, like in his classic Electric Wind God Fist. His ki can even enhance his physicality to frankly absurd levels.
Like
Yeah.
the time he caught a bullet in his mouth. I'd say that's crazy, but he did the same thing to a tomahawk before shattering it with his teeth. How much of that blade did he swallow? Dude must have gave his beehole braces.
Or the time he got dogpiled by a bunch of Russian androids called Jacks, which all self-destructed, annihilating the temple he was in.
Yeah, he got up a bit later, infuriated, I'm sure, by the world's audacity to declare him dead from such a paltry wound.
Other Jack models
Yeah,
were strong enough to
'cause I
destroy
remember
a
every game I was like, did he just
6-mile-wide
fucking die again?
asteroid and survive being blasted by a satellite laser.
By taking a look at the size of the blast compared to the height of the clouds, this laser was packing around 1.6 megatons of TNT, and Heihachi can tear through the newest Jack models like that hatchet must have tore through his...
Boomstick!
Can't stop thinking about it, Wiz. Either end that's coming out of, it's not
Oh.
gonna be good.
How many Jacks did he
Decades of
overpower?
dominance, Heihachi finally hosted the King of Iron Fist tournament.
And who should show up to the fight but his son Kazuya for the salty runback? All grown up and definitely not dead by Cliff. Oh, man,
I love
wouldn't
salty
give to
runbacks.
beat the shit out of my dad and toss his ass off a cliff. Probably what Elon Musk's son will do after he finds out what his dad named him. That. Man, he and Heihachi are kind of similar. He launches rockets, he's super rich and weird, and I don't even want to think about Heihachi with a Twitter account.
Well, except for the whole martial arts thing. Musk is just some pasty lazy.
I did Taekwondo, I did karate, Kyokushinkai.
Oh man, he's been Heihachi all along!
Oh,
That
shit,
means
yeah.
His son is Kazuya. Someone keep their eye on him in case he throws him off a cliff. But hey, Muskie, if you ever host a King of Iron Tesla tournament, give me a call.
Despite his
King of
humiliating
fucking
defeat,
Tesla
Heihachi
tournament. I
returned to
hate it.
battle his son once again, and this time tossed him into a volcano. These people really have a fetish for this one particular kind of execution, especially considering it never works.
Beating his son ain't too shabby, considering Kaz is one of the strongest fighters in the entire world, even without the devil gene, which, surprise, turns him into a goddamn demon. He can fire laser beams fast enough to hit a satellite in a fraction of a second. And yes, this is the same satellite we keep bringing up.
Measuring how far Kazuya was from the satellite, his forehead laser would have to be moving at just over 1% the speed of light.
And the Hatchmeister was fast enough to intercept this same beam in order to save Kazuya's life from his evil devil self. Maybe he had a change of heart. Oh no, okay. Or I could be wrong. Not after that. Man, they really hate each other. Even Heihachi's
Yeah.
grandson Jin got in on the action. 3 generations of Mishima men bonding over throwing each other off cliffs.
After living a life consumed by hatred, the drive
I feel like I just need to go through the second story again, and I did not need to fucking see that. I hate that I remember that. I forgot it, and I hate remembering it.
Transformation into a monster.
Oh, he did care. Maybe all of that crazy Bond villain bluster was just a facade for the heartbreak he suffered at destroying his own family and creating a cycle of violence, as so many fathers have before him. Dad.
He fought Kazuya as he lived. A man. No cyborg enhancements, no devil gene, no whatever Yoshimitsu is. Heihachi fought his
Whatever the fuck
literal demons
Yoshimitsu
with
is.
nothing more than his stubborn, egomaniacal refusal to give up until he could stand no longer.
Those who live by the volcano die by the volcano. Well, at least until he magically comes back in the next game. And when he does, he'll be determined as always to rule the world with a Tekken.
Don't you mean Iron Fist? Oh, god damn it, Boomstick.
I always love Heihachi, even though he's kind of a psychotic bastard.
Welcome to the sun-drenched streets of
Definitely was one of my mains in Soul
Southtown,
Calibur 2
Should you
when he
ever
gets
find
on the
yourself there
PlayStation.
on vacation, you can rest easy knowing the Howard Connection Protection Agency will keep you safe from the clutches of the local mafia.
Until you realize the Howard Connection is the mafia. Top-tier business model they got there.
And in control of both stands the legendary Geese Howard.
Okay, Wiz, that was all sounding pretty badass until you said his name was Geese. What kind of dork is named after a waterfowl? The only worst name I could think of would be Swan. His absentee dad may be an Austrian.
I feel like Swan is actually in that game or something.
Blowing up is his son's future.
After Geese's mother succumbed to an illness they were too poor to treat, 15-year-old Geese tracked his father down to kill him.
Before getting completely wrecked by his half-brother Krauser, who was 9 years old. Oof! Now the ultimate scrub lord, he's found the martial arts master Tung Fu Ru.
They're basically the same size. He's 30, 3 years younger. Not sure if that's gonna matter at all, because of experience.
Translating to hard soft, which again, all too easy. Jutsu is all about throws, counters, and locks. It focuses on using opponents' weight against them, kind of like its descendant, Aikido. And you can't forget the shit-eating catchphrases. But what Geese was really there to learn was hippopotamus.
Jesus, with Hakyoku Seiken, Geese can absorb life energy
Wasn't even close.
from the earth itself and mold powerful energy blasts.
His Rapukin rockets across the ground like a buzzsaw, while Raging Storm is a massive fanged geyser that'll devastate anyone nearby.
He can imbue these
What is this
attacks
song in the
with light
background? Hello?
called down from the heavens, or enhance his strength and speed to perform blindingly fast combos like Deadly Rave and Rashomon.
Wait just a goddamn second, Wiz. Did Geese just throw that poor man straight into the air and then patty cake his nuts on the way back down? That is pure evil.
Geese's master felt
Wait,
the same
were
way,
they guessing in
sensing
each
his
other's
pupil's
games? When was
darker
this?
intentions. So instead of entrusting the dojo's most secret of scrolls to Geese, he gave them to his other student, Jeff.
God damn it, Jeff. I hate him as much as Geese does.
Alright, so he doesn't know immortality.
Jeff.
Infuriated, Geese
He still
left
learned
from
some
school
form of
to take
secrets
over
from it, though.
Southtown's existing criminal empire and install himself as the city's new crime lord.
Who, for some reason, demands to dress up in karate gi at all times.
Well, Geese's appreciation for Japanese martial arts extends to the culture as a whole. Music, architecture...
He's a weeb, like a buff otaku Vito Corleone. Who do you think his waifu is? Himself? Ooh, I probably would too.
I don't know, I appreciate Geese's tenacity and business acumen. It reminds me of me. Inventing reality-bending weaponry for black markets around the globe has done my checkings account pretty well. Like my Cyber Goose.
Mecha Goose Howard? Oh, please, Wiz, I've seen your student loans from Mad Scientist U. It's a sideways 8 next to a smiling toad emoji. I hear they sell self-respect next to the dollar pizza place you like so much.
Despite being a badass crime lord, Geese was still plagued by inadequacy. So he took out his anger on the lamest person he knew, Jeff.
And he did it in front of his kids. I'm sure that'll turn out well in a decade or two. Wow, this guy has got to be the pettiest bitch in all of Southtown.
Right?
That's Jeff.
Oh, you think that's bad? How about when Geese had a son and left him and his mother in poverty? And when that son asked for help paying for his mom's illness, Geese ignored him.
Wow, without a hint of irony. After successfully conquering Southtown, Geese hosted the King of Fighters martial arts tournament in order to solidify his position as the strongest fighter around.
Which he basically was. Geese is powerful enough to obliterate entire swaths of forest with his chi and defeat the reality-warping entity Verse, who could create a hurricane the size of a stadium.
Even Takuma, one of Geese's subordinates, was strong enough to redirect a blast from the Zero Cannon, a city-annihilating satellite laser.
Considering the laser was intended to eradicate Southtown, which is a fictional stand-in for real-life South Miami, the blast would have to have a yield of around 1.7 megatons.
And judging by how fast it reached the Earth's surface, it must have been moving at over 2% the speed of light, and Takuma's fodder compared to Geese.
Seemingly unbeatable, Geese was finally confronted by Terry Bogard, the son of the man he murdered years before. You know, Jeff.
Now that man has great taste in hats. After one of the fiercest battles ever witnessed, Terry defeated Geese and threw him from the top of Geese Tower to his death, until he came back, so Terry threw him off it again. You can't keep a good goose down.
Whether
Did he
it be
refuse?
manipulating future events from the shadows or demonstrating his magnificent power in front of the whole world, Geese's tenacity will always strive to crown him the king of fighters.
Stay down, maggot.
I probably not even gonna pause because I'm still. I voted Heihachi in the beginning and I'm sticking to Heihachi this time.
It's time
I feel like Heihachi just has too many advantages and experience.
Welcome to the final match of the international collaboration between the Iron Fist
Thanks, people. It's not fucking 1 o'clock in the morning.
ownership of both the Mishima Zaibatsu and the Howard Connection. Flagrant disregard of antitrust laws, but okay, let's go to our fighters. Heihachi Mishima! And his opponent, Geese Howard!
愚かなやつめ。死ぬ覚悟はできてるか。三島、you're not now, big Geese.
Fight! Let's focus!
Predictable.
What if he's gonna do the power bomb?
I will stand my
I forgot what the official name was for it, but god damn! That's exactly why I said Heihachi's just a badass. Damn! Heihachi think worse. Oh! Damn, that was brutal. That's two. Two in a row.
Oh! Better break out the soy sauce for Geese, because this goose was cooked.
Both fighters had the brutal tenacity and martial arts mastery to push each other to the limit, but Heihachi just had the greater limits to push.
Sorry, Wiz, this one was obvious. One of them throws people off cliffs, the other has people throw him off cliffs. Kind of a no-duh.
It was not a no duh. In fact, Geese's wider variety of chi techniques were able to keep Heihachi at a distance, and his ability to draw chi from the earth meant he could spam them for as long as he wanted.
But Heihachi has had plenty of experience with projectile spammers like Kazuya, whose lasers are fast enough to reach outer space in seconds. He'd have no trouble getting in close.
Heihachi's decades
That's
of
what I'm
combat
saying.
training
You
over
shot
Geese
something out of
also
space and
allowed
you
him
could
to
keep up
learn
with
and
that.
adapt to his Aikijutsu.
You can't beat that.
He's even defeated Aikido masters like Nina Williams before, so it wasn't entirely new to him.
Ultimately, it came down to who was stronger, faster, and tougher. Both scaled to characters like Jack and Takuma, who survived satellite lasers nearly equal to each other.
But both feats were performed pretty casually by weaker characters, so what could they do at their best? For Geese, let's look at his fight with Verse, who created that hurricane.
By measuring its size compared to the stadium to get the mass of the clouds, making a storm that big would take about 1.8 gigatons of TNT, about 1,000 times more powerful than the Zero Cannon that could destroy Southtown.
But we're not done. One single Jack unit was able to destroy a 6-mile-wide asteroid heading toward Earth. Estimating its volume and density, the energy it would take to violently fragment it is nearly 8 gigatons of TNT, over 4 times more powerful than Versus Hurricane.
I fucking used to love Jax as well.
Jax like nothing, which is crazy because that satellite laser it reacted to was moving at about 4% the speed of light, twice as fast as the Zero Cannon and Geese's best.
Geese was a clever, ruthless opponent, but Heihachi's power, experience, and sheer bull-headed stubbornness allowed him to walk away the victor.
Man, this fight was so intense, it almost made me shit my pants.
The winner is Heihachi
No.
Mishima.
Just no. No to all of that.
Episode of Death Battle. As always, you can get our latest merch at store.roosterteeth.com, and also click down.
Who is in 2 weeks? Who we got? Blake? Oh no. Yo, that's next week. Well, 2 weeks? Okay, no, I can't be late for that. No, wow. That's gonna be a fun one. Okay, I don't know too much about Attack on Titan. I know people are gonna probably hit me for that one. I was supposed to watch the series actually during my vacation, but wrapped up in a lot of other things. But yes, Attack on Titan is something I need to watch. I know Attack on Titan is good. I've seen a couple of episodes before. I just still don't know enough about the characters and their abilities. Even though we all know everything about Blake at this point. I just wonder how far they will actually take it. Like, are they gonna add the food fight stuff just like they did with Yang versus Tifa? We'll see. You know, I just thought about this. Ruby had all members of now that Blake is officially having a battle, all members of Ruby would have had a battle except for Ruby herself. She's had the 1 minute melees, but she's never had an outright battle. So that's kind of interesting that the leader of the team never got to have an outright battle yet. Weiss has had her full battle. Yang had her full battle. She was the first one. And now Blake. That's interesting. That's very interesting. They're probably gonna wait till Ruby's at her most broken point at the end of the series before they finally let her do a death battle. But yeah, I can't wait for that. That's gonna be kind of fun. I'm definitely looking forward to it. But yeah, guys, thank y'all so much for coming by and hanging out. If you enjoyed today's death battle, definitely leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And definitely don't forget to comment who you think is gonna win next week, especially if you watch both series. I kind of slacking on one, and as you know with the channel, we know about the other one. So I can't wait. Like I said, that's gonna actually be a really fun death battle. Cannot wait. Hopefully my review will be done by then, or around that same time, because then that'll actually be a double Ruby upload kind of thing. And also definitely let me know if you guys are interested in like Ruby theories and things like that, because I could definitely make a lot of videos about those as well if you're interested. So until then, like I said, thank you so much as well, and I will see y'all next time. Thank you for hanging out and watching in the village.